Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, not the character, although you do play as the character. And in this part 3, or episode 3, or whatever we're titling these days, we're doing the neutral path, which most people will probably do first. But I chose to do everything from the top of the map towards the bottom of the map for the first pass, anyway, the first 5 rounds, which is all I'm going to be covering in this commentary, but the other 5 paths you can find in long play form without commentary. Since I've already done these missions in previous parts, I'm skipping over these, at least for Westopolis and Glyphic Canyon. But now that we're coming back to Prison Island here in just a couple seconds, we're actually going to be doing the neutral mission. And we're going to be doing the neutral mission up until we get to stage 6, where we're forced to do the hero mission, because the hero mission is the goal ring mission. So if you're doing neutral, well, you do hero at the very last possible minute, and it doesn't really change the outcome very much. You know, I'm gonna say that and not spoil anymore. And hey, it's Charmy the Bee again, and this won't be the last frickin' time we see this dang thing. Sorry. I don't mean to dehumanize an anthropomorphic, fictional bee character, you know, but yeah, Charmy's voice is pretty annoying. Alright though, yes, Prison Island, not Prison Lane. Prison Lane is the name of a level in Sonic Adventure 2 where you play as Tails in a mech. I know, it kind of defeats the purpose, but that's Tails Sonic Adventure 2 gameplay for you. But anyway, yeah, Prison Island. I kind of already talked about this when I talked about the Dark mission last time around. Neutral mission, you're just getting to the goal ring, which, as you may or may not already be aware of by this point, is basically going through 2/3 of the level, in most cases. I think maybe in a couple of cases it's less than 2/3, but most of the time you're going through a lot of the level, but not all of the level. The hero mission is probably going to be a bit more, we're going to have a lot more content in that regard. We're going to be doing that next time. But, neutral mission, honestly, the neutral mission and the hero mission have a surprising amount of overlap in Prison Island, because if you use chaos control, I find that sometimes you will actually run into some of the discs, but that's good because chaos control requires hero meter, and you're going to be building that up if you're doing the hero mission anyway. Or if you're doing the neutral mission, because chaos control saves you time, and the only score that matters in a neutral mission where you get to the goal ring is getting there as fast as possible and getting the best possible time bonus, don't you know? But thankfully, another advantage of the neutral mission of any level is that you can defeat as many enemies as you want, so long as it doesn't slow you down too much. Which, again, basically, I think what we're doing right now, but it basically entails that all you're going to be doing is collecting chaos control energy. You're not going to go out of your way to defeat gun soldiers unless they're in your way. Or if they drop a really good weapon like the Gatling gun or the rifles. I find that those are the best gun soldier weapons you can find in Shadow. But yeah, rifles and Gatling guns for sure. The Black Arms have a lot of good weapons though. There's this weapon, I think we're going to get it in the next level, that shoots a bunch of energy rings. I really like that one from the Black Arms set. The only other one I think is really good is one that you usually get from a stage 6 Black Arms enemy. It's the one that's like an orange and gray armor and has sort of a laser rifle, but it ricochets, so that's an automatic bonus. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the beam reflexor from Jak 3, if anyone is familiar with that. That is an absurdly broken weapon. That's that's not only the most broken weapon in Jak 3, but it's probably one of the most broken weapons I've ever seen in a platformer game. Ever. And I say that as someone who is an avid fan of the Ratchet & Clank series. Keep that in mind, okay? Alright though, goal ring is just going to be, over there a bit. We're going to have a couple minutes of cutscenes, and I'll see you next time for a brand new level. It's about time.
I found it, the 4th emerald. Perfect.
Those idiots! They're destroying everything! How can I take over the city and build the Eggman Empire if there is no city? I'm at my limit. I have no choice! Send in the Eggman fleet! Charge!
I bet no one expected this baby could fly.
I transported this brilliant flying fortress to this planet over 2,000 years ago. It's magnificent, the perfect killing machine, ready to oppose terror in unimaginable ways. Do these fools really believe they can stop me?
Isn't that the doctor?
Shadow, do not fear me.
So, while I was editing, I noticed there were 1 or 2 frames of animation when Shadow jumps, where he looks really elongated. I suggest you pause the video and look for that. It's very difficult. There's only like 1 or 2 frames, like I said. And this game is technically 60 frames per second, but typically gameplay videos we upload are saved in 30 frames per second, so that might help you a little bit. Anyways, welcome to Sky Troops at Stage 4, even though it feels more like a Stage 3 if I'm going to be honest, if not for the fact that there are these giant black arms enemies now. And they are indeed HP sponges, which is a weird thing to say that in something that isn't an RPG or, you know, a genre of games that would actually demand a health bar. But, well, to be fair, Shadow the Hedgehog justifies a health bar more than Sonic Heroes ever does, because Shadow the Hedgehog has gunplay. Sonic Heroes does not. For better or for worse. Alright though, we're going to be doing the neutral mission of Sky Troops. You're going to have to do a mixture. Well, I guess not really a mixture. You're going to have to defeat Black Arms to proceed to the end eventually. Which is a good thing why the neutral mission doesn't require you to defeat enemies. It just requires you to get to the end really fast because, oh boy, that would be a mess. As I mentioned in a previous part though, whenever you're in a stage that has Eggman and the Black Arms, Eggman, for some reason, will actually count as the hero mission, while the Black Arms would take precedence as the evil mission. Interestingly enough, you'll never have a situation where a character represents the neutral mission. Shadow himself is always the one that represents the neutral mission, if that makes any sort of sense. But, yeah, this stage has one of my favorite Black Arms weapons. I mentioned it earlier. The light rain shooter, I don't know exactly what it's called, but it shoots energy rains, and it's just... it makes mincemeat out of the big guys for sure. At any rate, whether you're doing the hero mission or the dark mission, you want to build up your hero meter and you just want to plow through the end. Sky Troops is one of the longer levels in the game. On average, it'll take you about 5-ish minutes to get to the goal ring. If you're doing the hero or dark missions, the dark mission in particular is the longest one. That one can take about 7 to 8 minutes, but of those 7 to 8 minutes, you're probably spending at least a third of that, if not a little bit more than a third, just standing in turrets to destroy all of Eggman's ships. So that 7 to 8 minute time limit isn't as bad because you're not spending as much time, you know, actually platforming, if that makes any sense. But the hero mission, you're basically doing the inverse of the dark mission from Glyphic Canyon, which I'm not showing off in this Let's Play, so I'll go ahead and explain that in Glyphic Canyon dark mission, you have to activate 5 green switches to have the Black Arms reactivate their Sky Troops, as it were. All of these ruins, you know? And in Sky Troops, the hero mission for Eggman is basically the opposite. You're destroying all of the green switches that you activated in Glyphic Canyon. And you might be wondering, is it possible to do Glyphic Canyon and Sky Troops in that same fashion where you do the dark mission of that and then redirect yourself back to Sky Troops? Yes, it's fairly doable. If you do the dark mission of Glyphic Canyon, you'll wind up in Cryptic Castle, if I'm not mistaken. If you do the hero mission of Cryptic Castle, you'll be right back in Sky Troops, wherein you can go ahead and do the hero mission again, and where you wind up after that, well, we'll see that stage next time. And let me tell you, that stage is kind of a mixed bag for me. But, oh wait, actually no, I'm getting it mixed up a little bit. Actually, the stage is Stage 5 on the Semi-Hero Pack. That's actually one of the easiest stages in the game. I don't know what I was talking about. The Stage 4 that precedes that stage in the Semi-Hero Path, though, yeah, that one's the mixed bag for sure. Interesting thing about Sky Troops compared to Glyphic Canyon, because you're actually in the air this time, you're going to see a bit of a different dynamic with the background. You'll be going from day to night. You're going to have this Black Arm section where you're riding on the alien like the Cryptic Castle. I would say, objectively speaking, even though Sky Troops is longer, I think it's the better stage between this and Glyphic Canyon. Definitely, you get a vibe that Glyphic Canyon is in Act 1 and Sky Troops is in Act 2. And I don't think this is the only instance where a pair of stages can kind of give that feeling, because a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog stages, especially in the Genesis era, were usually separated into 2 acts. The original Sonic the Hedgehog actually had 3 acts, and the 3rd act usually was a boss. It's more often than not you'll get a 2-act scenario when you're talking about Sonic levels, although there are some Sonic games that use 3. There you go, that's Sky Troop Neutral Mission. See you next time for Stage 5.
You're not getting away from me this time, Doctor. Perfect. Huh? What the? How can this be? Who are you?
Listen up, Shadow Androids. The Eggman fleet is strong, but those black creatures are a formidable adversary. I must return to the base to devise a new plan.
Shadow? Android? Am I an android too?
And welcome to Iron Jungle, everybody. So just a little fun fact regarding the recording process for the long plays. I only did this stage 1 time. Now, there are only 10 paths that you have to do in Shadow the Hedgehog to get to the last story, and it is worth noting, it's impossible to do every single mission in those 10 playthroughs. I know, because I remember deliberating for like hours as to how I can maximize showing off as much of the game as possible during the 10 playthroughs, because I really didn't want to have to do any more than that, honestly. Which is a shame, because the Iron Jungle missions are actually kind of fun. One of them is reminiscent of the Dark mission of Airfleet, where you have to destroy Eggman's balloon. The Dark mission is just destroy a bunch of gun troops. I mean, the missions are nothing new, but honestly, Iron Jungle is probably one of the funnest stages in the game. A stage on the neutral path is fun? What a shocking and novel concept for this video game. It's also really short if you're doing the neutral mission and you build up your chaos control, because thankfully this is one of those situations where the only enemies are either Gun or Eggman, and Eggman counts towards your hero meter if you defeat the enemies. So yeah, just go ham and defeat as many enemies as possible. And if you're doing the neutral mission, you don't even have to care if you hit a gun troop or 2. Especially helpful because this is one of the levels where those mechas that drop the Gatling guns that I like so much, they spawn here as well. I don't know if we're going to be seeing too many of those in this stage though, because like I say, I kind of blow through it pretty quick. And speaking of blowing through things pretty quick, that's going to happen for the boss fight too. I'm just going to say this right now because the boss fight's going to go by so quick. Oh, by the way, this is, that right there is my favorite gun enemy. I don't bother to go for it because I'm doing the neutral mission, you know. Dart Meter, it gives you Chaos Blast, which is great for the infinite ammo and the invincibility, but the actual Chaos Blast attack itself is fairly situational, I would say, and I would only use it if you absolutely need to. It can be useful to clear out a bunch of enemies if they're nearby, but you see the goal ring in the distance. I'm gonna go ahead and be silent from now until we get to stage 6, because the boss fight's gonna go by real quick. It's the Egg Breaker, by the way.
Gun troops left.
Now, Doctor, you will tell me everything. Perfect.
Eggman detected. Approaching this direction.
Shadow and Omega? Why, you traitors! You two are going to stop me? Move aside!
Doctor, please, I need to know. Those androids, the ones that look like me, am I?
Yes.
What?
You and Omega are my creations. But you betray me as you stand here before me. So now, I will destroy you both, turning you into scrap metal!
Eggman, I will defeat you once and for all.
This is what you get for turning against your master. Where to go?
Eggman is out of attack range. Find another method of attack.
Oh, you asked for it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Time to crush you once and for all. Next time we meet, you won't be so lucky. Just you wait and see.
Well, I just came back from making a sandwich and, oh, he did.
An android? Me? I don't believe you. Perfect. The pieces are coming together. This ultimate life form they keep referring to is the Black Hedgehog, and he died, and I'm its copy. I must be the android Dr. Eggman created. Then it's clear what needs to be done. Doctor, you're going straight to the place you created me from.
Well, this game took an interesting turn rather suddenly. Not as sudden if you're doing the neutral path, though, 'cause I guess it's kind of implied, but, yeah, apparently in this scenario, Shadow is a clone robot made by Eggman instead of Gerald Robotnik, so... And it's also been assumed that the Shadow in Sonic Heroes was also a robotic clone, but considering that robot clone was in its own chamber, that would be put into question for sure. It didn't really matter about the origin at the time because, again, Sonic Heroes was basically kind of a fan servicey game because they not only did they bring back Shadow, they brought back Rouge, they brought back Gamma in a new upgraded form, they also brought back the freaking Chaotix from Knuckles Chaotix. So, yeah, that's why I always say that Shadow's inclusion in Heroes may as well have been fan service. I mean, that's what happened with the Chaotix and all that. Sega deciding to keep using all of those characters after Heroes, well, that was just a decision they decided to make, and, well, for the most part, it's alright. What's not alright, though, what's actually really good, is this final stage. This is the best Stage 6 in Shadow the Hedgehog. It has the best music, and it also has some of the more tolerable missions, too. Both the Hero and the Dart mission are not very long. The Dart mission's obviously the longer of the two, because the Hero mission is just get to the goal ring. Even though this is a Stage 6, this is actually shorter than some stages that precede it. And it's a good bit shorter than Gun Fortress, Black Comet, or really any of the other Stage 6s, period. Which is obviously going to be a good thing if you're a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog games where the goal is to get to the end really quickly. It's not to say that the Dart mission is painful, though. Obviously, I'm not going to be showing it off in the Let's Play, but I do show it off in the long plays, so... But at any rate, the Dart mission is basically activating a bunch of lava generators for Eggman's sake. But by doing so, it changes the levels, the landscape of the level to have more lava, and it actually makes it more challenging. Which I think is a very interesting compromise. As another reason why I think this is one of the best stages in the game. Not just the best Stage 6. A close second favorite for me would probably be either Black Comet or Gun Fortress, though. Coincidentally, stages we've already done. Actually, conceptually speaking, I like the final stage of the Semi-Hero Path, which we're going to be talking about in the next part. The execution kind of holds it back a bit for me, though, sad to say. At any rate, though, the only enemy forces in the stage are Eggman's troops, which thankfully count as hero. Which means if you're doing the dark mission, yeah, you're just gonna have to ignore the enemy score and basically treat it. Funnily enough, you have to treat the dark mission like a neutral mission in terms of the scoring, which is to get to the end as fast as possible, but the hero mission is the actual goal ring mission, where you might be more inclined to take your time a little bit to defeat more Eggman soldiers to build up your score, and also to build up your chaos control. Isn't it funny how that works? But at any rate, Lava Shelter, great stage, great music. Ooh, man. I don't know where that came from. But, and the boss, the final boss of the neutral path, you fight the same one regardless of whether you do the hero or the dark mission. The only thing that changes is the cutscene that precedes the fight and the cutscene that comes after it. The actual fight itself is exactly the same, regardless if you do the hero or dark. Again, the only thing that changes is the preceding cutscene and the aftermath cutscene, obviously the ending. You also fight this boss at the end of the semi-dark and semi-hero paths if you choose the opposite mission. So, for example, we just did Black Comet. We had to do the dark mission because it was semi-dark. If you did the hero mission, you would fight this final boss as well. Alright though, we're coming up to the goal ring in 4 minutes. Nothing short of impressive. Anyway, it's boss time after some cutscenes.
Target sighted. Eggman in possession of the Chaos Emerald.
Doctor, at last I'll hear the truth from you. Perfect.
Nice to see you, Shadow Android. And you too, Omega. It certainly looks as if you've, well, done quite a bit of damage down there. But did you really think that you could challenge me?
Dr. Eggman, I will destroy you and reign supreme.
Yes, Doctor. You will regret ever having created me. You're going straight to hell.
Why, you're nothing but pieces of scrap metal. Once I'm done with you, you'll be thrown in the junkyard. You will feel my wrath. I'll turn both of you into scrap with my latest and greatest invention.
Final target confirmed. Commencing combat.
Get ready.
Alright, so welcome to the Egg Dealer. This is the final boss of the neutral path. This is always going to be the final boss of Lava Shelter. He's also going to be the final boss of the Black Comet Hero Mission, or the Dark Mission of the final semi-hero stage, which will be, again, we'll be talking about in the next part. The Egg Dealer is the easiest and the simplest of the 3 final bosses. I get the feeling that this was actually intentional on the developer's part, so we don't need to write this off as a bad case of game design. I think this was a good idea. It makes the neutral path even more of a pleasure cruise for people. So, you know, if you want to play Shadow the Hedgehog in the most easygoing fashion, well, you're going to get a fairly chill final boss. So basically all you got to do is you got to homing attack the 3 buttons on the Egg Dealer's face of sorts. I guess you can call it a face. And by doing so, it's like a slot machine. The result you get is randomized, to be sure. Sometimes you'll get rings, sometimes you'll get the Egg Dealer to do an attack on itself. But if the Egg Dealer has the last laugh and gets the final result itself, well, like in here, the attack will go against you, sad to say. Get to show that off at least once. You will deal damage to the Egg Dealer just for homing attacking the buttons, thankfully. So you don't have to worry about all that much. Apparently, he still managed to hurt himself a little bit, so that's cool. There's also Missile Fever, there's Bomb Fever. Both of those can be used against you, but likely you're going to be using them against the Egg Dealer. There's also Shadow Fever, which gives you a full Chaos Blast meter. Not terribly useful, but if you got it, you may as well use it. Sometimes the hit detection of the buttons can be a little wonky. I found that the easiest way to fix that is just to make sure that you do the homing attack at the very top of your jump. Think of like you're trying to glide in a Spyro game, funnily enough. That's the kind of homing attack timing you gotta do with the Egg Dealer. Also, homing attack plus Chaos Blast combo. What a way to end this part. Hope you guys enjoyed. Next time we're going to be doing the semi-hero path. Ta-ta for now.
Sorry, Doctor, but this is the end for you. Perfect. Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
I made you, and this is how you repay me?
I am Shadow Android, the ultimate battle life form created by Eggman. You may have created me, Doctor, but I will now lead this empire and androids will rule! This is who I am!
Eggman, target acquired. Locked and loaded. Fire.
What?
Goodbye, Doctor.
Oh, he did. 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 Oh,